Expand your vocabulary with our Core 2000 Words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free Polish ebook before it's gone.
Hello everyone, welcome to Top Polish Words. And today we will be doing top 25 Polish phrases. My name is Marzena. Let's start. So the first phrase is cześć. Cześć means hello in Polish. So when you meet your friend, you can say cześć, which would be like saying hello. But then again, you can use cześć to say bye as well. For example, when you meet your friend, you can say cześć, and then when you have to go back home, you can say cześć again. So this one is pretty useful. So our next phrase is dzień dobry. Dzień dobry means good morning in English, but actually what it literally means is dzień, which is a day, and dobry, which is good. So actually what you are saying, it's good day. That's why we can use it through the whole day, not only in the morning. You can say it in the evening as well, or in the afternoon. You can say it to your friends or to your family and to a person you don't know as well. So feel free to use it anytime you want. And our next phrase is dobry wieczór. Dobry wieczór means good evening, literally means good evening. For example, through the whole day you would say dzień dobry, but at the end of the day you would say dobry wieczór. Now, actually, a lot of people, it's very difficult to know when can you start saying that, when can you start saying dobry wieczór instead of dzień dobry. So a lot of people I know starts with like dzień dobry, they want to say dzień dobry, but they notice it's already evening and they say like dzień dobry wieczór, which is the funny way of saying that. You can try it if you want. Dobranoc. Dobranoc means good night. So you would usually use it before going to bed, when you want to say bye to your family or to your friends and just you are sleepy, you will just say dobranoc. Dobranoc, it's one word, but it actually came from two different words. So like dobra, which means good, and noc, night. So it literally means good night, but it's one word right now. The next phrase is jak się nazywasz? Jak się nazywasz? Which means, what is your name? If you meet a new person, you can use it, but remember that this phrase will be better to use with people of the same age or people younger, because it literally means, what is your name, not what is your name, sir, or what is your name, ma'am. That's why it's not too good to use for like older people. It's better to use it for your friends, for people the same age, or for younger people, for children as well. So once again, jak się nazywasz? And the next one is nazywam się. So obviously if you ask jak się nazywasz, what is your name, you have to answer that, and that's nazywam się, which means my name is. For example, nazywam się Marzena. So the next phrase is miło mi ciebie poznać. Miło mi ciebie poznać. Which means it's nice to meet you. So obviously when you meet a new person, you ask jak się nazywasz, and you answer nazywam się, like nazywam się Marzena, and then at the end you usually say like it's nice to meet you, and that would be miło mi ciebie poznać. So the next phrase is jak się masz? Jak się masz? Which means how are you? Now, the funny thing is that we don't really ask that a lot in Poland. I mean, we do, but not as often as you do it in English. So when you ask somebody jak się masz, how are you? Be careful, because this person can actually give you the real answer. The next phrase for today is dobrze, dziękuję. A ty? I'm fine, thanks. And you? Dobrze, dziękuję. A ty? I'm fine, thanks. And you? As I told you before, this may not be the answer that you will get. Some people will say so, but some people will just start talking about their problems, about their life, and instead of just getting I'm fine, thank you, and you, you will get the whole life story of this person and all the problems and everything related. So be careful when you ask this one. It's usually good to ask your friends, people you are closer to, with whom you really want to talk a lot, and then you will get an answer, longer answer. But of course, if you are asked and you don't want to talk about your life, you can just say, dobrze, dziękuję, a ty? Proszę. Please. Proszę. Proszę means please in English, and you can use it, for example, when you give somebody something. So like, proszę. Or when you ask somebody to do something, like, proszę, proszę, zrób to dla mnie. Please, please, please do it for me. So going to the next phrase, dziękuję. Dziękuję means thank you in Polish. Well, you can use it to basically anybody you want. When somebody passes you something, you can say, and saying proszę, you can say dziękuję. When somebody invites you inside, saying proszę, proszę, you can say dziękuję as well. When somebody offers you tea or coffee, you can say dziękuję. If you don't want it though, you can say nie dziękuję, which means no, thank you. Nie ma za co. Nie ma za co means you are welcome, but what it actually literally means is there is nothing to be thankful for. So we usually say dziękuję, and the other person would say nie ma za co. Next phrase we have here is tak. Tak means just yes. Whenever you want to say yes, and it's basically the same as in English. So, for example, when you want to use tak, if somebody asks you, do you want a tea or do you want something to drink? And you can say tak. Or you can say, actually adding please, tak, proszę. And when this person passes it to you, you can add dziękuję. The next phrase is nie. Nie means no. For example, if somebody offers you something to drink, if you want it, you can say yes, please, which would be tak, proszę, or tak, poproszę. But if you don't want it, you can say nie, or you can say nie, dziękuję, adding thanks to that. So, do you want something to drink? Nie, dziękuję. And next phrase is dobrze. Dobrze means okay. So, for example, when your friends asks you to go somewhere, or like, do you want to go grab something to eat together? And you can say tak, or you can say dobrze, let's go. Yeah, sure, okay, let's go. Or if they ask you if you want to go together for a trip, you can say yeah, sure, dobrze. Yeah, I want to go. The next phrase is przepraszam. Przepraszam has many different meanings. So it can mean excuse me, but it also can mean I'm sorry. So you would see a lot of Polish people mixing excuse me and I'm sorry in English, because it's actually one word in Polish. So for example, when you stepped on somebody's leg, you can say przepraszam. When you did something wrong, you can say przepraszam. When you want to pass through like crowd of people, you can say przepraszam, przepraszam, and find your way out. If you did something wrong, you can say przepraszam as well. So it's actually a pretty useful one. So it means excuse me, but it means I'm sorry in the same time. Przepraszam. Przepraszam means I'm sorry. Actually, the next phrase is która jest godzina? Która jest godzina means what time is it? If you want to ask somebody, excuse me, what time is it now? You can say przepraszam, która jest godzina? So let's go to the next one. Another very useful phrase. Gdzie jest toaleta? Gdzie jest toaleta? Which means where's the toilet? So gdzie means actually where. Jest means be or to be, and toaleta is toilet. So gdzie jest toaleta means where is the toilet. So if you are in a shopping mall or in a restaurant and you want to ask, excuse me, where is the toilet, you will say, przepraszam, gdzie jest toaleta? The next phrase is poczekaj chwilkę. Poczekaj means to wait, and chwilkę means a moment, and together it means wait a moment, please. When you see your friend going somewhere, but you still want to talk to him or her, and you can just call them and then say, poczekaj chwilkę. Ile to kosztuje? Ile to kosztuje means, how much is this? When you go to a shop, you will say, przepraszam, ile to kosztuje? So, excuse me, how much is this? Przepraszam, ile to kosztuje? Czy mogę prosić o rachunek? Czy mogę prosić o rachunek? Can I get the check, please? So imagine you are sitting in a very nice Polish restaurant eating pierogi or any other wonderful Polish dish, and you've just finished and you just want to get your bill. So you would just call the waiter saying przepraszam, and then you will add czy mogę prosić o rachunek? And the next one for today is pomocy. Pomocy. This means help, and I hope you will not have to use this one anytime soon. But if you're ever in danger, if you ever are in a very dangerous situation, which I hope you will not be in Poland, you can use this one, saying pomocy. Do zobaczenia. Do zobaczenia means see you later. You can use it when you speak with your friends and with your family or with anyone basically, because it's not super formal, but it's not only reserved to your closest friends. So like for example, we started this one with cześć, which was hello, but it was bye as well. And this one you would use when you speak with your friends, you would say cześć. But then for everybody else, your friends included, you can say do zobaczenia, which means until we see each other again. Potrafię dobrze mówić po polsku. I can't speak Polish very well. Nie potrafię means I can't. Mówić means to speak, and then po polsku means in Polish. So nie potrafię mówić po polsku, it literally means I can't speak Polish very well, or I can't speak in Polish very well if you wanted a very literal translation. When you start learning the language and you are still not so good and you meet like people and you want to tell them that your Polish it's not so good or it's not super good yet, you can use this phrase. Nie potrafię dobrze mówić po polsku. Thank you guys for watching. This was top 25 Polish phrases. And if you like this video, remember to give it a thumb up and leave some comments below. If you have any questions, you can leave it as well. And for more words and phrases, go to polishpod101.com. Thank you and see you again! Hello everyone and welcome to Polish Top Words. So today we will learn top 25 Polish verbs. Być. To be. Być. Być actually means to be. So yeah, you can say like być albo nie być, which just means to be or not to be. And of course, in Polish, all those verbs will be changing, depends on the person. So for example, if I want to say I'm happy, I would just say jestem szczęśliwa. Lubić. To like. Lubić. Lubić means just to like something. So whenever you're asking somebody, what do you like? Or you want to say, I like this. You would use this verb. Of course, change it depending on the person. For example, you can say, lubisz lody? Do you like ice cream? Robić. To do. Robić. Robić means to do. So you can say, what are you doing today? Co dzisiaj robisz? Mówić. To say. Mówić. So when you translate it to English, it just means to say. You can get angry at somebody. Nie mów takich rzeczy, which means don't say such things. Wyjaśnić. To explain. Wyjaśnić. Wyjaśnić means to explain. When you're angry at somebody or you don't understand something or you want to ask for help and you want to say, can you explain this? You can use this one and you can say, możesz to wyjaśnić? Can you explain this? And depends on your tone, it can be asking for a favor. Możesz to wyjaśnić? Or it can be getting really angry at somebody and just willing them to, explain why they did it and say, możesz to wyjaśnić? Słyszeć. To hear. Słyszeć. Słyszeć means to hear in English. And for example, you can say, słyszałam, że tu mają dobre pierogi. I've heard they have good dumplings here. So if you're a girl, you would say słyszałam, I've heard. If you're a guy, you would say słyszałem. So słyszałam, słyszałem. It will change a little bit depending on the gender. You can basically take this sentence and put something different at the end and use it as a kind of set phrase. Słyszałem, że, słyszałam, że. Iść. To go. Iść. Iść means to go. So when you want to ask your friend, where are you going? You can say, gdzie idziesz? Wiedzieć. To know. Wiedzieć. Wiedzieć is translated to English as to know, and it is a little bit tricky verb because people often confuse it with another verb, znać, and both actually are translated as to know into English. So, for example, you can say, nic nie wiem. I do not know anything. Nic nie wiem. I do not know anything. Widzieć. To see. Widzieć. Widzieć means to see. So if you saw like something very weird on the sky, like something that looks like a plane and it's not, and you are not sure if you're actually seeing it or not, you can ask your friend if he or she is seeing it too, saying, widzisz to? You see this? Przyjść. To come. Przyjść. To come. For example, you are at the party and you want to know who is coming. So you ask your friend who is the organizer. Kto przyjdzie na przyjęcie? Who is coming to the party? Myśleć. To think. Myśleć. This one is pretty important since it means to think. When you go shopping with your best friend and you are trying on different clothes and then, you see her in a very, very nice dress, you can say, myślę, że ci to pasuje. I think it suits you. Patrzeć. To look. Patrzeć. Which means to look. So, for example, you can say when you saw something weird and you want to show it to your friend or something interesting, popatrz tam. Look there. Chcieć. To want. Chcieć. Which means to want. If you have everything you ever wanted and you don't want anything anymore, you can say, niczego więcej nie chcę. Which will literally mean, I do not want anything more. Dać. To give. Dać. Dać means to give. So when you go out and you meet this nice guy or a cute girl and you want to ask them for their email address, you'd ask them using dać. Dasz mi swój email? Will you give me your email address? Używać, to use. Używać. Używać means to use. When you see this thing that you've never used before and you want to say, okay, can you help me because I've never used it, you can say, nigdy tego nie używałem, means I've never used it before. Or, nigdy tego nie używałam. If you are a guy, you would say, używałem. If you're a girl, you would say, używałam. Znaleźć, to find. Znaleźć. Znaleźć means to find. Imagine your friend brought you a nice dress and which you are going to wear at a party, but you don't really like it. It doesn't sit you well and you want to ask her to find you something better. So you can say, może uda się znaleźć coś lepszego, which means maybe we can find something better. Wychodzić, to go out. Wychodzić. Wychodzić means to go out. It's actually a verb that consists of two parts, which are written together. So wy means like outside, and chodzić means like to walk. So wychodzić means to walk outside, which is just go out. For example, let's imagine you live with your friend and she is going out somewhere and you want to ask her what time are you going out. You can say, o której wychodzisz? Zapytać, to ask. Zapytać. Zapytać means to ask. Sometimes when you want to ask for something which is very difficult to ask for, and, you know, just to be nice, you want to say like, can I ask you something? In Polish you can say, czy mogę cię o coś zapytać? Or you can even ask, excuse me, can I ask you something? Przepraszam, czy mogę cię o coś zapytać? Pracować, to work. Pracować. Pracować is an interesting word. It actually means to work. So you can use it when you want to say, I have never worked in such a company. Nigdy nie pracowałam w takiej firmie. Or if you're a guy, you would say, nigdy nie pracowałem w takiej firmie. Wejść, to enter. Wejść. Wejść means to enter or to come in. Well, when your friend visits you and you want to just say, please come in, please, or just, you know, you can say, wejdź proszę, which means literally, come in, please. Czuć, to feel. Czuć, to feel. This one can be pretty useful if you want to say that you don't feel well today and you want to skip work or skip your classes or just cancel some appointment. You can say, źle się dzisiaj czuję, which means I'm feeling bad today. Próbować, to try. Próbować. Próbować means to try. Let's say your friend is visiting and you made this wonderful food, amazing dishes, and you want him or her to try it. You can invite them saying, spróbuj to, which means try it. Zostawić, to leave. Zostawić. Zostawić means to leave. When you are angry or irritated and you don't want people to talk to you and just leave me alone, please, you can say, zostaw mnie w spokoju. Zostaw mnie w spokoju. Which means leave me alone. Zadzwonić, to call. Zadzwonić. So, zadzwonić means to call. And let's say somebody calls you and you cannot really talk right now, so you want to say, okay, I will call you back later. You just say, zadzwonię potem. I will call later. Biegać, to run. Biegać, to run. If you are not one of those sporty person and you don't really like running is totally not your thing, and you want to say, you know, well, friends invite you, but you are like, sorry, that's not really my cup of tea, and you want to say, sorry, I don't like running, you can say, nie lubię biegać. Nie lubię, or just say, lubię. And that's all for today. Thank you for watching Top 25 Polish Verbs. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and leave your comments. And for more videos and more vocabulary, go to polishpod101.com. Thank you again and see you next time! Hello everyone and welcome to Polish Top Words series. My name is Marzena and today we will learn 15 favorite words chosen by fans. So let's start. Chrząszcz, beetle. So the first word is, and I promise you this is the most difficult word you will ever learn in Polish, as for the pronunciation, is chrząszcz. I will just say it again. Chrząszcz, which means beetle. Yeah, so we use it a lot for tongue twisters. Like, for example, a very famous one is chrząszcz brzmi w Szczecinie, w Szczebrzeszynie, which means beetle sounds in the reeds in a town called Szczebrzeszyn, which makes it even more difficult to say. Chrząszcz brzmi w Szczecinie, w Szczebrzeszynie. Ah, yeah, that was correct. Córka, daughter. Córka. Córka means daughter, and if you want to say like your little daughter, you can say córeczka, which is a bit sweeter way of calling your daughter. If your daughter is studying Polish, you can say moja córka uczy się polskiego, which means my daughter is learning Polish. Cześć, hello, cześć, which basically means hello. And for example, if you meet your friend, you can say cześć, jak się masz? Hi, hello. Hi, how are you? Cześć, jak się masz? Just be prepared to hear the very, very long answer for the part how are you. Ile to kosztuje? How much is this? Ile to kosztuje? How much is this? So you go to a shop and you see an item and there is no price tag, which still can be pretty common. And you want to ask, how much is this? You just say, ile to kosztuje? And a good answer for that would be, for example, 35 złotych i 20 groszy, which means 35 zloci and 20 groszy. Kochać, to love. Kochać. That one is very good for Valentine's Day. So kochać means to love. And for example, you know, you love your sweetheart, but sometimes you don't really understand this person. So you can say like, kocham cię, ale czasem cię nie rozumiem. Which means I love you, but sometimes I don't understand you. Kolega, friend. Kolega. Kolega means a friend. Now there's a very funny thing in Polish because we have another word. It's przyjaciel. We translate przyjaciel as a friend as well. But przyjaciel is a better friend. Kolega, it can be used as colleague in English, so it doesn't have to be very close friend. And it's always about guys. For a girl, you would say koleżanka. So kolega for guys and koleżanka for girls. If you want to introduce somebody and say still that this person is your very, very good friend, you can say, to jest mój najlepszy kolega. This is my best friend. And if this friend happens to be a girl, you can say, to jest moja najlepsza koleżanka. Niespodzianka. Surprise. Niespodzianka. Niespodzianka means a surprise, and this noun is actually very, very funny because it comes from two different words. So nie, which is basically a negation, means no, and spodzianka, it's from spodziewać się, which means to expect something. So it's like not expecting something or something that is not expected, which basically gives you a surprise. For example, imagine that you are in this long-distance relationship with your girlfriend, and then she doesn't say anything and she just comes to you with no notice, and you open the door and you're very surprised to see her there, and then you say, a to mi zrobiłaś niespodziankę. Oh, you sure surprised me. Polska, Poland. Polska. Polska means, well, Poland. So if you want to say that Poland is in Central Europe, you can say Polska leży w Europie Centralnej. Spać. Sleep. Okay, so the next word is spać, which means to sleep. And for example, when you meet your friend in the morning and you want to ask, like, did you sleep well? In Polish, we would say wyspałaś się, if that's a girl, or wyspałeś się, if that's a guy. I know that this wyspałaś się doesn't really sound like spać because we attach wy in front of it, but it actually is the same verb. Again, for a girl, you can say wyspałaś się, did you sleep well? Or for a guy, wyspałeś się? Super, awesome, super, awesome. Let's say you found out that your best friends are dating and you are so happy and you say like, super, to kiedy ślub? Awesome. So when is the wedding? Szczęśliwy, happy. Okay, so the next word is szczęśliwy, which basically means happy. Well, let's go back to this Valentine's Day, and when you are with your sweetheart and you want to say how happy you are with him, you can say, jestem z tobą bardzo szczęśliwa, which means I'm very happy with you. And this is something that a girl would say. If you're a guy, you just have to change this last part. Szczęśliwa, szczęśliwy. Pływać, to swim. Pływać. Pływać means to swim. If you go to the seaside with your friends and you want to tell them, you know, I'm not so good at swimming, so please watch me. And before something happens, you just say, nie umiem dobrze pływać, which literally means I can't swim well. Zdrowy, healthy. Zdrowy. Zdrowy means healthy. And there is this very common Polish saying that you can use. It's w zdrowym ciele, zdrowy duch, which means in a healthy body, a healthy mind. Oczywiście, of course. Oczywiście. Oczywiście means of course. Actually, a lot of my friends who are learning Polish, they say that this one is their favorite. And if somebody asks you for a favor and you want to say, but of course I will do it for you, no problem, of course, you can say, ależ oczywiście, but of course. Do zobaczenia później. See you later. Do zobaczenia później. And it means see you later. When you are going back home, you want to say bye to your friends, coworkers, classmates, or anybody else, you can say, no to do zobaczenia później. Well, see you later. Thank you for watching 15 favorite words chosen by fans. My name is Marzena, and if you like this video, please leave a comment and give us thumbs up. And if you want more videos or more vocabulary, please go to polishpod101.com. See you later! Do zobaczenia później! Hello everyone and welcome to Polish Top Words. So my name is Marzena and today we will learn 10 hardest words to pronounce in Polish. So are you ready? Let's go! Drożdżówka, yeast cake. Drożdżówka, yeast cake. So if you've ever been in Poland, you probably saw this deliciously looking cakes or like buns. And that's actually what drożdżówka is. We have it with marmalade, we have it with poppy seed, we have it with cheese, anything you can imagine basically. And they're delicious, so everybody remembers it from like when they were children and eating it almost every day and not getting fatter. So for example, if you like this one with poppy seed, you can say uwielbiam drożdżówki z makiem, which means I love the yeast bun with poppy seeds. Dziękuję. Thank you. Dziękuję. Dziękuję is just thank you. Yet it's quite difficult to pronounce. Dziękuję. So if you want to say thank you for everything you've done for me, you can say dziękuję za wszystko, co dla mnie zrobiłeś. Thank you for everything you have done for me. Książka. Book. Książka. Książka, it's a book. So if you see a book and you are not sure what it is and want to ask like what kind of book is that, what is this book, you just, look at it, you point at it and you say, co to za książka? What is this book? Chrząszcz. Beetle. Chrząszcz. I guess this is like, for me, as a native speaker, it is probably one of the hardest words to pronounce, if not the hardest one. And chrząszcz means beetle. And for example, you can say, widziałeś tego chrząszcza? Have you seen this beetle? Cześć. Hello. Cześć. Cześć means hello. And you can use it as hello, and you can use it like as bye-bye. You just use it to your friends or among your friends, among like people of the same age. You don't really use it to elders or people you don't really know. For example, when you come in to a room and you see your friends sitting and doing something and you want to ask them, hi, what are you doing? What are you up to? You can say, cześć, co robisz? Oczywiście. Of course. Oczywiście. Oczywiście means of course. And let's say your friend asks you to do something for him or her and you want to say, of course I will help you. You are a good friend. You can say, oczywiście, że ci pomogę. Przepiękny. Very beautiful. Przepiękny. Przepiękny means very beautiful. Comes from piękny. Piękny means just beautiful. But if you want to say like very beautiful, like really beautiful, we will say przepiękny. Przepiękny. So, for example, you saw this wonderful sunset and you want to say it was very beautiful. You can say zachód słońca był dzisiaj przepiękny. The sunset was very beautiful today. Przerażający. Terrifying. Przerażający. Przerażający means terrifying. And horror movies are. If that actual horror was very terrifying, you can say, ten horror jest przerażający. This horror movie is terrifying. Let's watch something different. Przeszczęśliwy. Overly happy. Przeszczęśliwy. Przeszczęśliwy means overly happy, like very happy, like super happy, like you are just really, really, really happy. You can say jestem przeszczęśliwa. That's if you're a girl. Or if you're a guy, you can say jestem przeszczęśliwy, which means I'm overly happy. I'm really happy. Krzyżówka. Crossword. Krzyżówka. Krzyżówka means crossword. Well, let's say you love doing crosswords and your friend is asking you, oh, do you want to do this one with me? And you are like, no, sorry, thank you, I've already done it. You can say, rozwiązałem już tę krzyżówkę. I've already solved this crossword. Thank you for watching 10 hardest words to pronounce in Polish. And my name is Marzena, and if you like this video, please leave comments and give it a thumbs up. And for more videos and more vocabulary, please visit polishpod101.com. So that's all for today. Thank you and see you next time. Hello everybody, my name is Marzena and welcome to Polish Top Words. Today we will learn 10 questions you should know in Polish. So let's start. Jak się nazywasz? What's your name? Jak się nazywasz? What is your name? So if you meet somebody and you ask this person jak się nazywasz, you may hear an answer like nazywam się Ania. My name is Ania. Ania is actually a pretty common name in Poland. Or nazywam się Marzena. My name is Marzena. Jak się masz? How are you? Jak się masz means how are you? And you may hear an answer like dobrze, which means good. But actually, probably more often you will hear a very, very long answer and it won't be good. Because in Poland, it is not so common to ask, jak się masz. You do ask that, but you ask that only, people you are very close friends with. And you kind of need to expect a longer answer and that people will actually tell you the truth about their life and what wrong happened in it. And it's usually wrong because Polish people love complaining. So be careful with this one. If you don't have time for a longer talk, just don't ask it. Skąd jesteś? Where are you from? Skąd jesteś? Where are you from? So you may hear this question if somebody notices that you are not from Poland. And for example, if you are from America, you can answer z Ameryki, from America. So basically you just put z and then the country. Kiedy masz urodziny? When is your birthday? And if you make new friends, you may hear a question like kiedy masz urodziny? Which means when is your birthday? And a good answer for that would be just giving, the month and day. You don't have to answer in a whole sentence. So you can say, for example, 8 lutego. 8 lutego, which is February 8th. This is actually my birthday. Gdzie mieszkasz? Where do you live? Another question you may hear is gdzie mieszkasz? Gdzie mieszkasz? Gdzie mieszkasz means where do you live? And when you can answer like in details, telling the street, saying the street and everything else, or you can just, say mieszkam w Krakowie, which means I live in Krakow. Gdzie pracujesz? Where do you work? Another question you may hear in Poland is gdzie pracujesz? Where do you work? And it can be about the place or it can be about the company. So, for example, if you don't want to say the company or you are like, reluctant, you just want to say, okay, I work in Krakow, you say pracuję w Krakowie. If you want to say the company, on the other hand, you can just say pracuję w and change Krakowie, Krakow, to the name of a company. Jaki jest twój numer telefonu? What's your phone number? If somebody likes you really much, then they may ask about your phone number, saying, jaki jest twój numer telefonu? What is your phone number? So you can answer that saying, mój numer telefonu to 693 408 896, which means my number is 693 408 896. Just notice that in Polish we usually break it into like groups of 3 and we say not 693, we say 693, which is 693. Gdzie się nauczyłeś polskiego? Where did you learn Polish? Now, because studying Polish it's not so common and you don't actually learn it at school in a lot of countries, you may hear a question, gdzie nauczyłeś się polskiego? Where did you learn Polish? Well, you can answer, for example, w szkole językowej, which means in language school. Czy lubisz polskie jedzenie? Do you like Polish food? Another question you may hear as a foreigner is, of course, do you like Polish food? Which in Polish is, czy lubisz polskie jedzenie? Czy lubisz polskie jedzenie? You know, you can answer whatever you want, like if you like it. If you don't like it, don't feel, you know, like embarrassed and just say it straight, because people will just fill you with Polish food that you don't like. But if you like it, you can say uwielbiam, which means I love it. Kiedy przyjechałeś do Polski? When did you come to Poland? Now, once you come to Poland and you start living there, you will probably hear this one a lot. Kiedy przyjechałeś do Polski? When did you come to Poland? So, if it's like for you 3 years, you can say przyjechałem do Polski 3 lata temu. I came to Poland 3 years ago. And that's all for today. We learned 10 questions you should know in Polish. Thank you for listening. And remember to like this video and to check polishpod101.com. Thank you again and see you next time.
I'd like to exchange money.
Chciałbym wymienić walutę. Chciałbym wymienić walutę.
I'd like to make a withdrawal.
Chciałbym dokonać wypłaty. Chciałbym dokonać wypłaty.
I'd like to make a deposit.
Chciałbym dokonać wpłaty. Chciałbym dokonać wpłaty.
I'd like to open an account.
Chciałbym założyć konto. Chciałbym założyć konto.
It takes 3 to 5 business days.
To potrwa od 3 do 5 dni roboczych. To potrwa od 3 do 5 dni roboczych.
Could I have a statement, please?
Czy mogę dostać wyciąg z konta? Czy mogę dostać wyciąg z konta?
Go back.
Wróć. Wróć.
Are there any annual charges with this account?
Czy z tym kontem są powiązane jakieś coroczne opłaty? Czy z tym kontem są powiązane jakieś coroczne opłaty?
Is this your first time with us?
Czy będzie pan u nas po raz pierwszy? Czy będzie pan u nas po raz pierwszy?
I'll leave it up to you.
Proszę zdecydować. Proszę zdecydować.
Is the water too cold?
Czy woda nie jest za zimna? Czy woda nie jest za zimna?
Can you come back later?
Czy może pan wrócić później? Czy może pan wrócić później?
Sorry, we're completely booked.
Przykro mi, nie mamy wolnych miejsc. Przykro mi, nie mamy wolnych miejsc.
We'll give you a call.
Zadzwonimy do pana. Zadzwonimy do pana.
I'll take one of this.
Wezmę jedno z tych. Wezmę jedno z tych.
What's this?
Co to jest? Co to jest?
Can I have a bag, please?
Czy mogę dostać reklamówkę? Czy mogę dostać reklamówkę?
Ready to start?
Czy możemy zacząć? Czy możemy zacząć?
The flight will arrive at 8:45 p.m.
Samolot wyląduje o 20:45. Samolot wyląduje o 20:45.
It looks like it will take about 30 more minutes to get there.
Wygląda na to, że minie jeszcze ze 30 minut, zanim tam dotrzemy. Wygląda na to, że minie jeszcze ze 30 minut, zanim tam dotrzemy.
We'll arrive 30 minutes early.
Będziemy 30 minut wcześniej. Będziemy 30 minut wcześniej.
She'll be here by 7 p.m.
Ona dotrze tu do 19. Ona dotrze tu do 19.
What is a good time for you?
O której ci pasuje? O której ci pasuje?
Today is Wednesday.
Wczoraj był wtorek. Wczoraj był wtorek.
Monday is the worst day of the week.
Poniedziałek to najgorszy dzień tygodnia. Poniedziałek to najgorszy dzień tygodnia.
It's already Sunday.
Już niedziela. Już niedziela.
The day after tomorrow is Friday.
Pojutrze jest piątek. Pojutrze jest piątek.
What day is it today?
Jaki dzisiaj dzień? Jaki dzisiaj dzień?
It's only Tuesday.
Dopiero wtorek. Dopiero wtorek.
He's leaving now.
On właśnie wychodzi. On właśnie wychodzi.
Let's leave in 20 minutes.
Wyjdźmy za 20 minut. Wyjdźmy za 20 minut.
Can we leave around 6?
Czy możemy wyjść około 6? Czy możemy wyjść około 6?
It's noon.
Jest południe. Jest południe.
It's 3 o'clock.
Jest trzecia. Jest trzecia.
It ends in 30 minutes.
Skończy się za pół godziny. Skończy się za pół godziny.
It's almost dusk.
Już prawie zmierzch. Już prawie zmierzch.
It's midnight.
Jest północ. Jest północ.
Be here before noon.
Bądź tu przed południem. Bądź tu przed południem.
This weekend I'm going to the movies.
W ten weekend idę do kina. W ten weekend idę do kina.
What are you doing this weekend?
Co robisz w ten weekend? Co robisz w ten weekend?
I'll have time next week.
Będę miał czas w przyszłym tygodniu. Będę miał czas w przyszłym tygodniu.
I'm busy this week.
W tym tygodniu jestem zajęty. W tym tygodniu jestem zajęty.
I have no money.
Nie mam pieniędzy. Nie mam pieniędzy.
Leave me alone.
Zostaw mnie w spokoju. Zostaw mnie w spokoju.
I want to go here.
Chcę iść w to miejsce. Chcę iść w to miejsce.
I'm looking for this place.
Szukam tego miejsca. Szukam tego miejsca.
They took my phone.
Zabrali mi telefon. Zabrali mi telefon.
This area is dangerous.
Ten obszar jest niebezpieczny. Ten obszar jest niebezpieczny.
Do you speak English?
Czy mówisz po angielsku? Czy mówisz po angielsku?
Want to speak real Polish from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at polishpod101.com. I'm sorry.
Przepraszam. Przepraszam.
Don't worry.
Nie martw się. Nie martw się.
It's okay.
W porządku. W porządku.
Please?
Proszę. Proszę.
Please forgive me.
Proszę, wybacz mi. Proszę, wybacz mi.
I really appreciate it.
Bardzo to doceniam. Bardzo to doceniam.
Thank you.
Dziękuję. Dziękuję.
You're welcome.
Nie ma za co. Nie ma za co.
Make yourself at home.
Rozgość się. Rozgość się.
Hello.
Cześć. Cześć.
Goodbye.
Do widzenia. Do widzenia.
Good morning.
Dzień dobry. Dzień dobry.
Good evening.
Dobry wieczór. Dobry wieczór.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Przepraszam za spóźnienie. Przepraszam za spóźnienie.
Hello?
Hallo. Hallo.
Awesome.
Super. Super.
Delicious.
Pyszne. Pyszne.
Nice to meet you.
Miło mi cię poznać. Miło mi cię poznać.
Really?
Naprawdę? Naprawdę?
What time is it?
Która godzina? Która godzina?
How are you?
Jak się masz? Jak się masz?
I'm good.
Dobrze. Dobrze.
Help.
Pomocy. Pomocy.
I don't like it.
Nie podoba mi się to. Nie podoba mi się to.
I like it.
Podoba mi się to. Podoba mi się to.
It's difficult.
To trudne. To trudne.
Once again, please.
Proszę powtórzyć. Proszę powtórzyć.
I don't understand.
Nie rozumiem. Nie rozumiem.
Slower, please.
Proszę wolniej. Proszę wolniej.
What is it?
Co to jest? Co to jest?
Where are you from?
Skąd jesteś? Skąd jesteś?
How old are you?
Ile masz lat? Ile masz lat?
What's your phone number?
Jaki masz numer telefonu? Jaki masz numer telefonu?
Long time no see.
Dawno się nie widzieliśmy. Dawno się nie widzieliśmy.
This is for you.
To dla ciebie. To dla ciebie.
How have you been?
Co u ciebie? Co u ciebie?
I'm afraid I can't make it.
Obawiam się, że nie dam rady. Obawiam się, że nie dam rady.
Never mind.
Nie ma sprawy. Nie ma sprawy.
I forgive you.
Wybaczam ci. Wybaczam ci.
I'm fine.
W porządku. W porządku.
And you?
A u ciebie? A u ciebie?
Good night.
Dobranoc. Dobranoc.
Good afternoon.
Dzień dobry. Dzień dobry.
Bye bye.
Papa. Papa.
How many people are there in your family?
Ile osób jest w twojej rodzinie? Ile osób jest w twojej rodzinie?
It takes about 30 minutes by train.
Pociągiem będzie mniej więcej 30 minut. Pociągiem będzie mniej więcej 30 minut.
Excuse me.
Przepraszam. Przepraszam.
Hold on.
Poczekaj. Poczekaj.
May I sit here?
Czy mogę tu usiąść? Czy mogę tu usiąść?
Thank you very much.
Dziękuję bardzo. Dziękuję bardzo.
What did you say?
Co powiedziałeś? Co powiedziałeś?
Expand your vocabulary with our Core 2000 Words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free Polish ebook before it's gone.